Here's a segment from a recent Gun Talk radio episode. You can listen to all the Gun Talk radio podcasts however you tune in, or check out guntalk.com for more. Let's talk to Bill on 4 out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Bill, what are you looking at for this? What kind of bullet is this?
I don't know if you've heard of it or not. I'm assuming you have, but Buffalo Bore puts out a cast core bullet, and they have different rounds, and one of them is for a 9mm. Mm-hmm. And where I'm going to be out traipsing around, I don't know whether I'll have problems with 4-legged or 2-legged varmints. And I'll be honest with you, the coyotes are in the thick in the area, and there have been some old farmers say they've seen some bears move into the area. And if a 9mm is if a 9mm is on my hip, that's what I've got to use.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, you're going to use what you got. You can't go back and get something else.
Exactly.
Well, first of all, let me say this. I think anything Buffalo Bore makes is good ammo. Okay. And the stuff just works really well. It's funny you mention this because I was just having that conversation with my buddy who we just got him into a 9 this week because he's got a little cabin up in Idaho. And he said, well, sometimes I'm walking around out there, I'm picking berries, and there could be bears out there. Is this 9 enough? And the first answer is no, it's not. But it's kind of back to what you said, Bill. But if that's what you got, that's what you got. So I had the conversation with him about changing ammo. You've got ammo for 2-legged predators and for 4-legged predators. I would actually consider ammo like the Buffalo Bore to be adequate. I mean, that's all you're going to get with a 9. It's adequate, right? We're starting off with that. The other one I would give some thought to is the Honey Badger ammo from Black Hills Ammunition. It's non-expanding, penetrates deep, it is solid copper, and works really well. And it works really well on 2-legged as well as 4-legged predators. Because in 4-legged, what you're trying to get is penetration.
Correct. Now, would I be going with a heavier grain bullet for that?
No, actually, the Honey Badger is actually lighter. But you can look it up on their website. And that's what I've been carrying as my defensive ammo for a while. It's what's literally on my hip as I'm speaking to you right now, is Honey Badger ammo in a 9. Everything's a compromise. I mean,
the pistol itself's a compromise.
The pistol's a compromise. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I mean, if you knew you were going to be facing a bear, first of all, you probably wouldn't go. But if you had to go, then you'd take a big old rifle first.
No,
a shotgun
take
second.
A whole lot more gun.
Yep.
Yeah, I like what Clint Smith said. He says, well, if I knew I had to get into a gunfight, I would take a gun that you had to fire by pulling on a lanyard.
Nice visual.
He says, that or a radio where I could call in an airstrike.
Yeah.
He says, a JDAM. That's what I'm looking for here. Speaking of old Marine.
Bring a side. You can always take a sidekick with you and shoot them in the knee. Then you're fine.
The old drill about it. I just have to go faster than you, so we'll just kneecap him and take off running.
Your bait, buddy.
That 22 is no good for bears. I'm not going to use it on the bear. That joke just never gets old.
Yeah.
Well, because there's so much truth in it.
Well, there's that too. That's right. Just take your slow buddy with you. So
exactly.
It's a trade-off. If I have my choice, I'd carry a 44 Magnum, and sometimes I do. But sometimes I'm just carrying my old walk-around gun. And the problem is, and here's where we get into kind of real-world stuff. And I mean, Tom and Jim, you guys know, you never know what's going to pop up. You could be out in the middle of the wilderness area, and some crazy guy comes up, and all of a sudden you're faced with the 2-legged predator problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I've been accused of trespassing before, walking around in the woods. Yeah.
Were you, and sometimes you say, well, I didn't know I was here, I'm sorry. Sometimes you actually are where you're supposed to be, and they're confused about where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, and there was some discussion over that.
And that's one of those deals that, all I want to do is get away from it, backing up and apologize. And even if I'm right, I'm going to apologize and see if I can get out of there.
Yeah, I don't think you should have field dressed them. No, that was a little over the top, Tom.
that wasn't so bad, but when he tied him over the hood, and drove back into town.
Tagged him.
Yeah. Just took a little longer at the check station with the game warden.
Oh my.
I don't know what it is.
Definitely did not have chronic wasting disease. You're okay to take him home.
Yeah. Yeah. You're good to go.
Well, I don't know what it is about the after show, but it always just does this. It's like, we were doing so well here, and then here we go. Good grief.
Usually takes longer.
Y'all having more fun than anybody should be allowed to have.
You're right.
Well, there is that, so. But no, I think the buffalo bore bullets, Peter does a really good job with that ammo. That ammo is it's strong. Have you ever shot any of it?
No, not yet. I've been looking for it. I think you can find it on their website, but you can't find it from a secondary retailer like Midway.
We actually had a report earlier in the show from a guy who was shooting some of their lead bullets, and they weren't feeding well in a 1911. They fed well in his Springfield XDM, but not in a Springfield 1911. This is 10 millimeter. All that goes to say, if that's what you're going to use, I would certainly want to run at least a magazine through my gun, even though they're pricey. But you want to make sure they'll run and they're going to feed, not jam.
Right. Well, I'm carrying a Glock 17 up there as a rule, so I know you're not supposed to shoot lead bullets in it, but if that's what I have.
Well, of course, you can always swap the barrel out from the Glock barrel to, is it Wolf? Yeah, get a Wolf barrel. Now you can shoot lead in it without a problem.
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's what we may have to do then. If I can find
and we'll wait. We'll wait right here for you. We'll wait till you get back.
So when you say you're going up there, where are you talking about? You going up there?
We have a place up in Southwest Virginia, and it's literally they have to pump in the sunshine, and I got to go check on the pump every once in a while.
Well, and people don't understand how many black bears they have through that region. It's a lot of bears now.
Correct. My grandfather grew up on the place, and he said up till 90. He passed when he was 94, but when he was 90 years old, he saw his first black bear up there. So he moved into the area because it's so rural, and there's not as many farmers up there, and there have been rumors of mountain lions moved into the area.
I'm sure they're there. Absolutely. So
yeah,
tell me what part of Virginia. I used to live in northwest Virginia. So where in Virginia are you talking?
It's in Southwest Virginia, a little place in Carroll County, Virginia. It's down near the where Interstate 77 crosses the state line. Okay. Down between right near North Carolina.
Okay. Yeah, that's a beautiful area. Some beautiful mountains, and as you say, it's about as close to wilderness as you're going to get on that side of the Mississippi.
Yes, it is. We hope to keep it that way.
That's right. That's right. So what he's actually saying is the location you just gave, it's not even within 200 miles of where he's really going.
Right.
I don't blame you.
Right. That's like, where are the fish hitting? Way over there.
Yeah.
You seem like a nice fella, Tom. You can come by and visit, but...
But we're not going to give that location out on the air. That's what you're saying. I don't blame you.
Exactly.
I have been guilty, oh God, I haven't told this story, writing for outdoor magazines, and the magazines would want you to tell exactly where you were fishing, like even what part of the lake, right?
Wow.
Right.
I would just make it up. I just lie. I'm not going to tell people where I caught those fish. Are you kidding me?
Okay. Supposedly the trout fishing up there is really good, is what I hear. And I was talking to an old timer up there, and I asked him what the best fishing lure was up in those rivers and creeks and all that. And he kind of looked at me out of the side of his eye, and he said, "Dynamite," and then he walked away. And I didn't realize what he was telling me until after he walked away.
We're not talking about a type of mite. Good old Mr. Nobel's product, dynamite. There you go. Okay, I'll tell you one more story on myself, because sometimes I get to be a little anarchist. writers for magazines have been known to borrow, a.k.a. steal, from other articles and then basically rewrite it as their own.
Right.
So to try to make sure that wasn't happening, what I did was, to catch them actually, because you couldn't stop them. I would make up locations when I drew a map of a lake or an area or something.
Yep.
I would put fake locations in there, and then it was just a fun little game I'd play to see how many times, Smuggler's Cove would show up in other people's articles that didn't exist at all.
That's great.
I mean, it's like my own little thing going on there. It doesn't affect anybody else. And, people who knew are looking at it and going, there's no place like that. But, man, these other writers would just pick that thing up and steal from it. It was crazy.
That's great.
I don't know. Just my own little form of entertainment. What can I tell you?
Yeah.
Well, they weren't stealing. They were just admiring from afar, I guess.
There you go. It was just supposed to be flattery, right?
The most sincerest form, right?
There you go. Hey, Bill, I appreciate it. Be careful around those critters, 2- and 4-legged. And, the best thing is avoidance. But if you got to, then do what you got to do. You know the drill.
Right. Well, I love the after show. I'm a podcast guy, so
awesome.
And the best thing in the world to listen to while you're driving down the road. But sometimes you got to pull over because I'm laughing too hard. So.
And I'm sorry you didn't get to hear Michelle giggle today.
Oh, I was heartbroken. I'm heartbroken. I may have to call next weekend just say hello to her.
Oh, there you go.
You know what? I think what we may have to do, Jim, is you get that recorded. You can just kind of insert that at different places in the show.
Or compile a loop of nothing but that.
Oh, gosh.
Just ramp it up and down, yeah.
Oh, there you go. Have a giggle fest.
You might have your listenership come up.
There you go. It has to.
Wait. I think what he just said is if you guys would stop talking, more people would listen.
That's what I heard.
I did not say that.
Oh, God. All right, Bill, you know what? We're done with you.
All right.
Take care.
Take my slingshot and go home.
There you go.
Be safe,
Be
buddy.
good.